Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Oh, I'm so low. Does this thing go down anymore? Hello, I am opening up some artist trading cards. I'm later in the day right now because I had a workshop this morning. So, hi Terry, how are you? So I am doing this from home, which is weird, but it's just easier because sometimes I go on a tangent and I should have been, I just didn't want to stay at the studio any longer. So I received 4 artist trading cards today, making sure I don't have anything showing here like addresses or anything. And I'm also live streaming on YouTube. So if you're not able to stay for the whole stream, you can always catch the whole thing later if you would like. Making sure the lighting here is okay. I know there's a window behind me, which is kind of weird. I should probably be on the other side of the table. Let me maybe move around a bit here. I don't know what I'm doing. Half the time, I don't know what I'm doing. Most of the time, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna slide this way. Oh, but it's gonna be like, behind me won't be as pretty. Oh well, I'm sure you won't care. So I'm going to turn it like this. See, I told you it's not going to be as pretty back over here. So if I'm here, there, I think you'll be able to see me, okay? I could use my fancy microphone. Probably would actually be better for YouTube if I did use a fancier microphone. But don't mind the mess. I've got lots of messy things behind me. So hello. I'm going to be opening up. I got 4 envelopes in the mail today. So I'm going to be opening those up. And I am live streaming on TikTok and YouTube. I'm just moving things because I'm moving around. Now, the only problem with me being at home is my dogs tend to be really needy when I'm not giving them 100% attention. And then see, so you guys can look at each other. That's TikTok. This is YouTube. See? Aw, you love these videos. You're just working. That's cool. Well, thank you so much for watching. Okay, I just have to take a peek at my dog to see why she's whining, though. I don't know why she's whining. Why are you whining? Why? You want to come say hello? This is Lady. Isn't she cute? See, Lady will bring all the people into the live video. She's just licky. She loves to give kisses. Isn't that right? You love to give kisses, right? She's so cute. All right. You sit where you want to. Here's a rug for you if you want. Oh. Anyone else have dogs that tend to be a little needy? Okay. Oh, so now I can't reach my artist trading cards. Sorry. I'm not used to doing this at home. I usually have a good system for when I'm at the studio. Oh. And that's Bentley. So I have the door propped open. Oh, I have the door propped open to the outside. Otherwise, because I'm on a live video, they just want to go in and out. And then they just are barking all the time. So you can see that's Lady. So I have 2 dogs, Bentley and Lady. Okay, so I got 4 artist trading cards, 4 envelopes today. So this one I'm going to open. And I'm trying to be really careful not to show any addresses. I'm so sorry. My dogs literally make me so happy because they're just so goofy. And I have to mirror TikTok so that way you can see if there's words, letters. All right, so this first one here. Okay, this looks very familiar because I've gotten one of these before. And let me just see here. Yes. So this is from Slothy Robin. I don't know if you have, I'm sorry, my dogs are like wild animals. So I got a lot of them here. So let's see here. we're just going to go through all of them. So if you are just joining me, what I like to do is I'll open up each envelope and we kind of ooh and ah over each one. And then I will go ahead and show you all of them again at the end. I'm also live streaming on my YouTube channel. So that way, if you're not able to catch the live, and I just started live streaming like a week ago. So I haven't had them all out there, but you can still get a good amount. And normally I don't do this at home, but I'm at home right now. So here's a little bitty one. It says, good night, more. Good night, moon. I'm so sorry. Good night, you. That's cute. Here, I'll try and I show TikTok and then I'll show YouTube. And this is from Sloppy Robin is the name that she has put on the back. So here is one. It is with some bees. That's cute. And don't mind my dirty fingernails. I was at a antique. So this morning I offered a workshop in the studio where we were painting chairs, like vintage chairs, old wood chairs. So my hands are I still have paint on my hands. So, all right, here we go. This one here, it looks like the background is like painted or stamped, but then there's like a skull that looks like is painted on there. Go. And oh, cute sloth. So do you see how shiny that is? That background there? So this must be like, it looks like maybe scrap paper or scrapbook paper that was cut to the right size. And then, so her label on the back side is this cute little sloth that she stamps her cards with on the back. And so she just must have cut one out and pasted it there. Why are you whining? You can go outside. You can go outside. This one here, it says, have a sweet winter. And then it's a mouse holding some butter. So I do apologize that my dogs are so annoying, but that's just how they are, I guess. This one here, this is cool. So this is where you can take like a book page and then she's blocked off some of the letters to kind of create like a poem or a saying or something. So it says, he joyful flew up, wanted no more. The father to all asked me, good and dignity, bull a swan. So you can kind of see that. Kind of cool. Here's another little one. Empty, hollow lives, homes, and hearts. Kind of scary. The skull, or the bad guy. The bad guy. You know what I mean. This is interesting. This is like a negative. It has a flap. That's cool. So this is using a negative. On the back side, it says open here. And then you can look at it through the light. So that's kind of neat. What a neat idea. What is it of, I wonder? Looks like an old picture. That's crazy. So this is all from Sloppy Robin and out of Salem, Oregon. So you can kind of see it's like that negative. Here is another one that kind of has a skull on it. And this one here are cute little ghosts. And these look like, so the dates on the back of these ones here, this one is February of 2020, August of 2020. So these are ones that she had created a while ago. And, and then this is like a little card. Oh, okay, here we go. Excited these get to be happy mail. Thank you, from Robin. So a little note in there. Very, very cute. Thank you so much, Robin. It's so fun. All right. Next, we've got, I don't want to show you the address. This one here from Florida. Is it yours? Is it yours? Of course, I don't have my handy letter opener here. But I have lots of art supplies around me right now. Ooh. Oh, look at this card. This is so cool. Such an amazing and fun idea. I made a full page design and cut it down to size. Send extras out. Don't have to return the same number. Oh, that's so sweet. Thanks from Alexandra, I believe. Yep, Alexandra Martin from Sunrise, Florida. This is so cool. Look, there's like, it's kind of like what I had showed in that video I posted yesterday with the watercolor. Look at that. That's cool. Now that is like a real optical illusion. You use a paring knife as a letter opener? Yes. Well, I actually had someone purchase from my, well, they told me to put it on my Amazon wish list, which I did. And then someone purchased it for me, but it's like an old school, like letter opener. And I have it at the studio when I normally open these, but I don't have one here. But a paring knife works awesome also. Look at that. So cool. Kind of want to, like, how did she put them together? I know. Look at all these. So she had taken, this is from Alejandria Martin. Alejandria Martin from Sunrise, Florida. And so it looks like she had created a full size page is what she said. I'm going to try and make it back together. And then, so she cut it. So there's that one there. That might take too long. I don't know. I'm not good at puzzles. This one here. This is so cool and so nice. And so it really wasn't until like 2 days ago. So usually if you send between 1 and 3 cards, usually the turnaround time is just a day for me to get them sent back to you. But sometimes if you send more than 3, sometimes I have to hold on to them for a few days until I get a good variety of cards from different people so I can send them back to you. So right now I actually don't have any that are waiting. So yesterday I had gotten a few cards, like 5 or 6 cards, and I wasn't sure if I'd be able to fill them all, but I did have enough from different people and I was able to fill all of those cards out. So they all went out in the mail today. And this is just so awesome. These are all from Alejandria Martin from Sunrise, Florida. Thank you so much. So yes, it is really nice to not have any that I'm sitting on right now. Well, except for these ones, but all right, here we go. Now this one, I did have a workshop in the studio this morning. So they were like, what is that anyway? So I did have to open one just to show them. So this one here I had opened previously. So just so you know, I did see this card before. So this says, thanks so much for this. I love art, but sometimes I need a bit of a kick to get the move on. Best of luck and thanks again. Oh, that's so sweet from Beatrice Turley. And she included a stamp. So you don't have to send a stamp if you don't want to. Some people have sent a stamp. Some people have sent a few stamps just to help. I had one person throw in a couple bucks just to help with stamps. So it's not required. The only thing is if you want to get a card back, you have to make sure that I can read your return address, that you've written it clearly on the envelope or put it on a Post-it note on the inside. So, and if you are sending them and you are international, please like write it out exactly as I need to write it out. Because a lot of times if I can just actually, like if you put it on a Post-it, usually I'll just take your Post-it and I'll tape it right to the front of the envelope. So I don't have to like rewrite it. Because when I was getting 19 cards every day, it takes a lot of work to rewrite all of those envelopes out. So this is really cool. Look at that. It's like tie-dye. And just so you know, if you're just joining me, I am live streaming TikTok and on YouTube. So that's why I'm TikTok, YouTube. Although I do look at TikTok more because I normally don't have a ton of people who are watching it on YouTube. And the back card is even done, but that's where her name is. So this is from Beatrice. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. So I'm very, very sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Turley from Kansas City. So that is beautiful. Front and the back. Both sides are decorated. And thank you for the stamp. And then this last one is green. And it is very, very like, is there anything in there? But I bet there is. And it's a pretty cool, like, because Earth Day's coming. But look at that. That's a cool stamp. It's cool. It's like an astronaut. Okay. Gotta open this up. So anyone doing it? Yes, these are the artist trading cards that I got in the mail today. So usually I try to go live every day and share them. I am currently opening up the last one, but then I'll go through all 4 that I got today. So, oh, this is sweet. It's a little bird, a canary, and it says, a gentle reminder that we're never far apart. My spirit will live on forever there within your hearts. Oh, because, you know, canaries are kind of the sign that someone is watching over you or that someone's visiting you who's passed on. That's so sweet. I love that. So when you're creating them, because someone did ask a question about if they needed to be original art. So you can like cut scrapbook paper, you can design it, but it should be your own design that you're creating. So you don't want to just like look at some cool art online and print it unless you're creating digital art. If you are creating digital art and you want to print that and send it in, then you can. It's not a club at all. So I made 3 weeks ago, I made a video just saying how when I was teaching elementary art, we used to do this thing in the classroom with art kids, how we would make artist trading cards. And I thought it would be kind of fun to do like artist trading cards with people on TikTok. Kind of like pen pals, you know, where you just create little art pieces on small little paper and you send it to them. Well, of course, that video ended up going viral. And I think March 20th, I received my first card. And then that next week, like every day, I got, I don't know, like between 6 and 15 cards. So this week has been a little bit slower. I've gotten 2 cards a couple days and then 4, 5 cards, but they're still coming in. So, I mean, last week, Saturday, I think I got, I don't know, like 19 cards in the mail. I mean, a lot of cards. So it's not a club by any means, and it doesn't cost you anything except the stamp to send one to me, and then I'll send one back to you. You don't have to pay. It's just something, although I will say it does take a good amount of my time that I'm not used to, because I have a small business where I am at my studio and I host classes, and so I feel like for the last 3 weeks I've been going in and I've actually been like working. I mean, I do work, but you know what I mean? Like it's a different kind of work. I'm not used to opening the mail and, you know, documenting things and doing envelopes. Like it's not like my normal, but I love it. I love to celebrate how unique everyone who creates art is. And people are so, you know, like kids are participating, and I've had people from Ireland. So even if you send me a card, you may get one back from me, or you might get one back from someone else. So I'm not saying like you'll definitely get one from me. Usually if people send in multiple cards, then usually one of mine will go in there. But, you know, you can, however you want to, is totally fine. Some people include a couple stamps, some people don't, whatever you want. I've actually had a couple people send in a couple times. So I'm going to show you all the cards I just got because I just opened all 4 envelopes. And this one right here that I'll show you next is from Robin. This is the 3rd person to send me a second group, a second envelope. So I had my, I would say like, what day is this? Earlier this week, I received my second one from a person. And then yesterday I received a second one from a person. And today, this is the 3rd envelope I received. That's the second one. So you'll get back however many you send me. So you definitely should. Yes, your kids would love it also. Yeah, some people do. Some people really decorate the envelopes. And, you know, I think they're beautiful. And I think my mail lady does too. The lady who delivers the mail, she's like, ooh, you have some really pretty cards here. I'm sorry, the ones you get from me, I just don't have time to decorate all the envelopes. So... okay, so I'm going to show you all the ones that I got today. So these all come from Salem, Oregon, from a person named Robin, and she's on Instagram under the name of Slothy Robin. I also post I use the hashtag HeartArtATC. ATC is short for Artist Trading Cards when I am posting videos regarding it. But I also am on Instagram. So I created a page because people wanted to have like a digital photo album of them all. And it took me a couple days to figure out a process for that. So like this person sent in several cards. So usually I'll make like 1 or 2 groups. I take a photo of the front and the back of the card. So only put on the back of the card the things that you're comfortable with. So if you're a minor, you can put just your first name, and you can put the state or the country that you live in. I don't want you to be making yourself unsafe by sharing too much information. Or if you're an adult and you don't want to share that information, that's perfectly fine too. Some people will include stickers that say, please pass these stickers on with the card, or they include stickers that say, these stickers are for you. Thank you for doing this. So you can put little notes in there. People put notes and I keep them all. I'm also trying, so this is my book. It's just a 3-ring binder, just a plain one that I painted the front of, and it's kind of falling apart. But I save all my notes that I get. So I love this because I feel like sometimes, when life feels overwhelming or it gets hard, sometimes it's really nice to like my whole goal is just to inspire people to be creative. So when I read these notes that say, thank you so much, I haven't picked up a paintbrush in 5 years, like that is what my goal is. So whether you're creating with me in the studio or you're creating online, like I just want to help you feel inspired to just create. And somewhere between being a kid and being an adult, we've decided that art is too hard, and it really isn't, but we're really hard on ourselves. And so that's why I just want people to know, like, all skills are included in this. So, well, thank you so much. I'm also, just so you know, also trying to collect 1 card from every state. And I apologize, my dog is sitting underneath me and she's whining because my dogs are very needy. But so these are some of the cards that I personally am holding on to at this point, where I don't have Connecticut. So if you live in Connecticut and you want to send me one, there are some states that I am missing: Hawaii, Idaho, Iowa, Kansas. Oh wait, did I get a Kansas one? I'll have to look. I think maybe I got a Kansas one. If I got a Kansas one yesterday and I didn't notice, I can't remember. I'll have to look. So I'm still missing. I'm still missing a few states. I've only been doing this for 3 weeks. Like, it's pretty fantastic that this has all happened in the last 3 weeks. Maine, is it M-E? And I'm also learning, I'm brushing up on my geography also. Let's see here. Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New Jersey, North Carolina, North Dakota, not West Virginia, Rhode Island, South Dakota, and Wyoming, and DC. And then I've also gotten some from other countries. So you can also participate if you're in other countries. So I've got Canada, Belgium, Germany, Ireland, Austria, and that is so cool. And then I have some other ones that I really, really like. But then I also have, so this is a book where you can see a lot of these ones here I made the other day. I made that video, so you can see that. But these are also created by other people that I still am getting out to them. So, I filled up a bunch of these spots because I made a big page of watercolors. So, but you can see that's that watercolor painting. And it honestly is really just scribbles, but these belong to other people also. So these are not just me. These are from other people also. So we're all just being creative, and we're just doing it how we do it, because we're all different. We all have different handwriting. And so we all are going to be creating art differently. All right. So, oh, you guys are so nice. Hello from Tina from England. Hello, Tina from England. That is so awesome. Thank you. I don't have one from England. I got Ireland, but I think you should make some trading cards and send them to me, and then send me a couple, because I would keep one, and then I'll send the other ones out to random people. So some of you might be getting a card from England or Austria or Canada or Germany. That would be really cool too. I can't guarantee that, but I can't guarantee anything. But okay, so I'm going to show you these. I'll show you all of them that I got. I just opened them. And if you're just joining and you want to watch the whole thing, I'm also streaming on YouTube. So sometimes I look this way. It's because I've got YouTube live streaming right here. And then I've got TikTok right here. But because TikTok, I could save it, but it's just easier. I can post it right away from YouTube. So, okay. So these are all from Robin. So it's a cute little, and it looks like, so she's painted the background, but then she has these, I don't know if they're stickers or they're just people that she's cut out, those little ghosts. Okay. So this is cool. She used a negative, and then you can like open up the back flap and you can look through it. So that's like really unique. That's cool. See, it opens so you can look at it. That's really unique. This is just a little one. She's got lots of skulls in here, just so you know. So if you're not big into skulls, I'll let you know when I'm putting one up. Now, this is where she's taken a book out of a page and she's crossed off certain words. And so it says stuff on there. Now, when I'm kind of showing all of them, I don't really like go over every single one just because we did that when we first opened it. But you can always watch the YouTube version a little bit later if you'd like. And she's on Instagram by the name Slothy Robin. And I will post all of these over on Instagram under the name Heart Art ATC. Oh, sorry, there's a skull if you don't like to look at skulls. I was going to tell you that, but I forgot. Here's some cute bees. This one, Good Night Moon, Good Night You. And even the little card is cute. So cute. And this is just a little card that she wrote with a little note inside. All right, the next person sent these ones, and she had basically, so she put a little note in there also. And this note says that she made a full page design of like all these, and then she cut them down to size. And she put a little note that says that I don't have to return the same number. So she's basically saying I can send her just like a couple back, but she's donating the rest of them. So these are all like, you know, they're pretty cool. It's very it's very optical illusion-y, right? Isn't it cool? They're all very cool. They are very contemporary, yes. So she just took a whole page, kind of like the watercolor thing that I did, and cut it down. But it is really cool. Like each one is really neat. And then there you go. Perfect. I apologize. I have two dogs. There goes one running out to the backyard. This is why I don't do a whole lot of live streaming from home, because my dogs are very barky and whiny and needy. But I love that. Okay, so this one here. This one comes from, oh, did I tell you who this was from? No, I did not. So all of these were from Alejandria Martin from Sunrise, Florida. There's probably just a bird sitting in the tree that the dog is barking at. So, oh, very cool. So this one here, but on the back side is where you can put your name. You put the date that you create it, and you can put your city and state if you feel comfortable. So this is, I'm so sorry for their barking. Bentley. There actually could be a chipmunk underneath the deck because that happens sometimes. It sounds like that. Sounds like he's like barking in one designated spot at like a chipmunk. So this is from Beatrice Turley from Kansas City. That's who that one's from. And then this one here is, so she did not put a name on the back of it. But so I don't know if this person wants me to share their information, but they're from Ohio. And the name is Brittany. That's all I'll share, because if they didn't put it on the backside, I don't really want to share that information. So it's this beautiful cardinal and a gentle reminder that we're never far apart. My spirit will live on forever there within your heart. It's so sweet. Oh, your dog barks at ghosts. Yeah. So we actually, like, in my house, I have to keep the curtains closed. So here, I'll show, like, here, like, see, the curtains have to be, well, I put light curtains with the blinds so I can look out. But that one dog, Bentley, he barks at like the leaves blowing around. He's awful. And unfortunately he's kind of old, and I guess in his previous life he had to wear a bark collar a lot, and so my neighbors probably wished I would give him a bark collar, but I don't, because he's a dog. He needs to bark. I mean, and he's good at just being outside in the yard, but if he does like see he's a very annoying barker though sometimes. So but yeah, isn't it a sweet sentiment? It's so awesome. So yeah, my dogs keep me really entertained. So, and I have a 15-year-old son, and he also keeps me pretty entertained. But when I have to tell him I'm going live, and he'll just hide out upstairs until tell him I'm done. And that's Lady. She's my wiener dog, and she's overweight, but she has had back problems for the last, well, she had back surgery 3 years ago, and then her back's gone out twice since then. And so she doesn't really exercise a whole lot just because she can't. So she's on a restricted diet, and she's always hungry. So she's like, we joke that she's like a pig, because she'll literally, like, one time Bentley had to take medicine. I'm so sorry. It's so annoying, his barking. One time Bentley had to take medicine, and he spit his pill out, and Lady gobbled it up. Thankfully, it wasn't like a bad thing for her. It was like just an antibiotic. But I mean, she'll like literally eat someone else's pills if they've homegrown, because she's on such a diet. But she still gets she gets blueberries and carrots for treats. And oh, I probably shouldn't have said that word. But hello from Minnesota. Hello. Maybe I'm going to shut that door. I don't know why he's barking so much. Stop barking. Stop. No barking. No. Anyway, I feel like I wanted to like do something fun, but the pianist, yeah, that would be me. Except I've lived in my house for 13 years and I've never had it tuned. So it pretty much is just a shelf for stuff that doesn't have a place. It's really bad. So, and I have these amazing decorations in my house, like a piano and like this beautiful guitar, so I can be like a rock star. I'm kind of one of those people, like, I really love new hobbies, and then it's not super easy to learn. Although I grew up playing piano, and so I really wanted to play guitar, but because I had a piano, my mom said that I had to at least take piano through high school, and then they would buy me a guitar. So when I graduated from high school, my mom did buy me a guitar. And then, when I was in my 20s, I pawned it off because I needed money. So I was terrible. And then when I was finally old enough to wished I wouldn't have pawned it off, then I bought this beautiful baby. But it's not really tuned, and I don't have a great ear for tuning it, so I always have to go to YouTube to tune. But I can play a couple chords, but it's really out of tune. So oh, thank you. But yeah, no, I do. I mean, I like the piano, and I enjoy playing it. And I used to always, so when I was in college also, I led like worship. I was in Chi Alpha, and I do sing a little bit. I did post a video when my dad passed away. I sang at his memorial service. I sang a lot more when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I really I have a huge fear of forgetting the words, and it has stopped me from doing a lot of like trying to sing more, I guess. However, it has always been a dream of mine to sing at like a baseball game kind of thing. And so we have like our local baseball team where it's not, you know, they're like not major leagues, but they're like, you know, smaller than that. Anyway, I had so many of my friends beg me to go try out. And so finally I did. And of course, during the audition, I forgot the words, which who forgets the words to the national anthem? Me, because I have this fear of forgetting the words. And so I psyched myself up so much that I forgot the words. But thankfully, they still liked me enough where they asked me to sing. And I actually sang, I think I've sang at 4 baseball games because I don't want to let my fears stop me from doing things that I know I want to do because I don't want to have regrets. But I also make sure that I have the words printed out, but before I go up on stage or out to the field to sing, I'm like, oh, I can't breathe and I'm so thirsty. And, you know, I psych myself out. That's the problem. So, you know, but just like with art, don't let things stop you from living your best life. But sometimes it's really scary to do things. And I totally get that. So, oh, your sister got her boyfriend's guitar and deparged it with copies of your favorite. Decoupaged it. That's cool. Well, I probably won't do that with that one because that one's a really nice guitar. I think I've had that guitar for I don't know how long, but a long time. Back when I used to have before I was self-employed, when I had a better job. I spent a good amount of money on that guitar because I wanted to have a nice one that could plug into things. So, you know, if ever I wanted to travel, I could like I would do that. But I should practice the piano and guitar as great to be able to play and make people happy. I know most people get nervous. I just don't know. I know the guitar is so pretty. That's why it makes a beautiful living decoration. Honestly, I felt like I was Miranda Lambert. Like, I don't really listen to a whole lot of country music anymore, but I always felt like, oh, like I'm Miranda Lambert with my guitar. It's like rounded, so cool. It's got like the little like plugging in things and all that. It's like a self-tuner, but I don't even know how to use it. I still have to go to YouTube and like type in tune my guitar, and then I go and I'm like to do it. I don't get it. I'm such a DIYer. Like I can DIY anything, but when it comes to things like this, I feel like I can't quite figure it out. And because my piano is so out of tune, then I actually have a keyboard also. It's a fun keyboard. That's put away though. It's not out because it's just one more living room decoration. And but that's also why I have to go to YouTube to tune it, just because my piano is so out of tune. So, well, good. I'm so happy. I know. I feel like we should do something. We could do something. Someone had asked me about my watercolor paper that I used too. And this is just like the Canson watercolor paper that I use. And you can really, like, you can get this anywhere. It's just plain old watercolor paper. It's great. You know, sometimes like Canson is a pretty good brand, like for beginners, or if you're, you know, I've even like people who are more professional artists would use this. There's a lot of different fancy kind of watercolor papers too, but I don't think you'll need anything other than just the standard kind. When I first started using watercolor, I was really confused with cold press and hot press, and there's so many different kinds. And this is just Canson cold press, but that's just like the standard one. Make some paper and worked on a painting. That's so awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, and it's not as difficult as I think too. Like people think it's going to be too hard, and it's not. You're really just putting plops of color down, and the illusion is that you're not painting these fancy flowers where someone was like, oh yeah, your scribbles are like still like pretty good scribbles, but they really are just scribbles is what they are. I think I have a couple that I haven't filled in yet. So let me grab that. So you can kind of see here. So, although, okay, so this one though, I had done a couple different ones. So some of these look like maybe these are right. Because some of these look like are a little bit fancier, where I was actually trying to make little petals with the watercolor. But that might be kind of, so, and what I did is I had 2 shades of green. So I did like a green kind of all around everything, but then I had this brighter green that I just kind of made into a leaf shape, but I didn't really make the shape. I'm so sorry about my dog barking. I used a round brush like this, and all I did to make that leaf shape, well, these are kind of big. The round brush I had was a little bit bigger, is I just took it like this and just kind of set it down sideways, and that kind of makes that little shape like that. So that's just kind of how I did that. Now you could use a Sharpie for this too. And I know some people said that they didn't like the black lines, which is totally fine. I know, I'm sorry. My dog is barking. He's so annoying. I have the door propped open. Otherwise he would be barking to go out, and then he'd be barking to come in, and then he'd be barking to go out, and then he'd be barking to come in. So the door propped open, but now he's just outside barking at chipmunks or birds. So, this pen is just not very dark here. I'm going to see if I have another one that is better. So like with Sharpies, or I've purchased, these are like Artline. It's like the cheap brand of Micron, which you could, or you could get the fancy Micron ones. It doesn't, I don't think it really matters. You can use Posca paint markers, like these if you want to. Or just a plain old Sharpie. Let me see if I have any. So sometimes my Sharpies are kind of they're ready to die because I go through a lot. So I have been able to look at your TikTok set, but do you show the ATCs you've gotten? Yes. So every day, just every day. And if you go to my profile, I put labels on everything. So when I post artist trading cards, it says artist trading card and then the date. And so then usually it's just a little blurb of like, hey, today I received this. This is and then here are your artist trading cards for today. And I also post them on Instagram at Heart Art ATC. And it's Heart Art because my business is I Heart Art Studios. And ATC is short for artist trading cards. So it's Heart Art ATC. I created a page where it's just basically a photo album of all the cards we received. And when you just go to the page, it doesn't necessarily look like it, like there's a whole bunch, but because some days I've gotten, like 20 plus cards. And so then there's like 10 groups, like, so you see that first one, but then there's actually like 10 pictures in each of those. So, oh, good. Yes, it is his house, but his barking is kind of annoying. So, but I wish I had one here that was a little less abstract, so something like this, because see, it doesn't really look like flowers or blobs or anything like that. They're just like where that red part is. It's not super fancy. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to look for where there's kind of an outline. And I'm just going to put a little black line around all of the outlines. Those two are kind of pushed together. But look, it's not even perfect. There's some like red that's still kind of popping out over here. But you can define it just by doing a little outlining. Kind of hard to do in the sky, but they're not perfectly round. There's some green that's kind of overlapping the red, but you just kind of first go around and do your little circles. Check out Scott Greco. He likes Sharpies and did a 9x11 foot mural. Wow, that's awesome. And then basically what I like to do is you can kind of, now this is like halfway off. So if you wanted to create the center of your flower up here, you can, or you can put your center in the center of your flower, which would be down here. So I'm just going to kind of start, you can kind of start with the letter C in there. And then like literally it is scribbling, but in a circular motion. So I'm really just gonna, I'm just scribbling. Look, I'm not even looking at it except to try and stay in there. Just kind of going around the circle. It gives the optical illusion that you've created this beautiful floral. So here, I'm just going to do some other ones. And I'm really just scribbling is all that it is. Just scribbling in a circular motion. So there, I've got my flowers. It looks pretty fancy, but it's not that fancy. It's just scribbles. And then now, because the green is kind of all over the place, so you just have to kind of create your own little leaves. So I'm just going to make a leaf like that right there. And then I'm just going to put one right here. I'll have one kind of coming off here and there. One over here. And they don't have to be perfect. And my whole like theory on life is, and then that's just kind of that floral. Like it looks like it could be this beautiful fancy card, but it's really not that fancy. It's really scribbles. So my whole theory on creating art, and I don't have an art degree, and kind of a long story on how I got started, and I've shared it a few times on like YouTubes and things like that, but is I was going somewhere with that. It was really important too, and I totally spaced it out. Okay, my whole theory on art. Okay, this is it. Is art is a skill, and you learn the more that you do. Just like when you're learning to read, the more you read, the better you get. Or the more you practice your math when you're a kid, the better you'll get at math, for most people. Some people get it really fast, and those people we like to call like, oh, they're very talented because they can get it. But everyone can do art. It's just a matter of practicing. And art is not a practice makes perfect by any means, because none of us are perfect. I make mistakes all the time, but you just don't point them out, because then no one will know. Because unless you point out your mistakes, or if I tell you that they're scribbles, no one's going to know. They're going to think like, oh, look at all that detail. It's so amazing, you know? And it really like, okay, so practice builds skill when you're doing art. So practice does not make perfect, practice builds skill. And if you're not having fun when you're creating art, like if you are so much of a perfectionist that you can't, that it's stressful and it hurts your brain, because I get it, then you have to try to like, I don't know. I don't want to say like art's not for you, because I think everyone can create, but we don't want to have the mentality. Like if we're not having fun when we're doing art, then what is the point? You know, unless you're in school and you have to take it. But I think that it should be a fun process. And I think it's helpful because I don't have the formal art training. And so when I am teaching workshops and classes, I am speaking just regular language, because I don't even know like the fancy words that people use for things. And sometimes people ask me questions and I don't know. I don't even really consider myself an artist. I like to be more of a teacher, but I know that I am an artist. And I feel like I'm so distracted by my dogs. It is so distracting. They're so distracting to me. I keep losing my train of thought. But you just should really have fun when you're creating and be positive, because if you are constantly telling yourself, so I have this rule in the studio that it's called, like I have this jar, it's called the I hate my painting jar, which means you're not allowed to talk bad about yourself or your artistic ability while you're in the studio, just because, you know, we're all different and we're all unique. We all hold a pen, and we all have different handwriting, because the way that we hold pens and pencils are different. So when we're holding a paintbrush and we're painting, why would we expect it to all look the same? Like, because we all have different handwriting, but we all have different writing. So the way that we paint it will be different. And so that's why I love to just celebrate the uniqueness of everyone, no matter your skill. If you're brand new to art, or if you haven't picked up a brush in forever, you know, I think we all have this in us. It's just a matter of like just practicing it. And I am really good at drawing certain flowers, like cone flowers are kind of my favorite, sunflowers and things like that. But if you ask me to draw something different, that's outside of what I'm used to drawing, that I haven't drawn a lot of, I might need to practice it a few times before I feel confident enough to share that, because it is a skill. So I may not be good at drawing. I don't know the name of certain flowers, like hydrangeas. I might not be good at drawing hydrangeas, but if I start practicing drawing hydrangeas, then I might get better at drawing hydrangeas. Like I never draw spiders, so I am terrible at drawing spiders because they're just creepy. But if I practiced drawing spiders and I started drawing them a lot, I could get better at drawing spiders. Does that make sense? Yes, it is a confidence thing. Yes. Lady. And it is a lot about perception. Really, really. Hey, lady. So, like the cat behind me. When you look at this picture, you see it as a whole picture, right? And it looks pretty good. This is my cat, Pokey. She lives upstairs, but because she doesn't like the dogs. So this is my cat, Pokey. But when people come in and I teach them how to paint this, I walk them through, well, not this specifically, but an example. We go step by step in how to do it, and I paint with them and I show them how to do it. And there gets to be a point where it's really messy and it's hard to see what the end is going to be, because as the one who's creating it, we see all the mistakes we made in the background, and we see the mistakes we made with the fur, and we see the mistakes that we made with the eyes. So when someone compliments us on our painting, we're like, oh yeah, but look at the eye, I totally messed that up. They didn't see it because they see it as a whole picture. People don't notice your mistakes unless you point it out to them. It's just what I have found. I actually had a picture in the studio where there was a giant hole in the canvas, and I asked people to try and find where the problem with the picture was. They were like the most critical group of people, pointing out all of these things that I didn't even notice. I mean, it was totally fine. It was kind of a joke, but no one noticed the hole. But the minute that I pointed out the hole in the canvas, everyone could see it. And it's all about a perception. And sometimes when I'm painting things like pet portraits, I need to step away from it, or I need to take a break from it, or I have to look through it through my phone because I need a different perspective. And sometimes when we are working just right in front of our project, it's hard to get that different perspective. So it's really good to kind of step away from it for a little while, or just look at it differently. So I don't know, that's my tangent that I just went on. Yes, everyone is smart and talented in different ways, which is why I love the artist trading cards. Hello, hello. Yes. And the nice thing with the artist trading cards, when people are sending them in, is some people have put vinyl on there. So they created their stickers or their pieces like with vinyl, their design, and then they put the vinyl on the trading card, and then they sent that in that way, where they put like a laminate over it. I've had other people take cool scrapbook paper and cut out certain parts of it and paste it on and do like Mod Podge or decoupage onto the little cards. And that is amazing. Some people do really like simple one-line art, and some people are very fancy and they do fancy painting. Some people use markers and watercolor. But that is the thing that I love about the artist trading cards, is everyone is so unique. So there are, and I'll just kind of show you some of these too. And like, okay, so like this one, so this is just from my collection here because I've been trying to collect one from every state. So this person here, it was from Mary from Alabama, and she actually put Morse code on hers. Like, isn't that cool? It's Morse code. So there's like a secret code on that. It's so cool. Ooh, yes, looking in a mirror. Ooh, turning it upside down. That's a good idea. It should be in church. I should be in church as holy. Wait, did I miss something? I don't know what you mean about in church as holy. Oh, looking in a mirror to help adjust your painting. Yes. So like this person here, they created theirs. So this was from Judy from California. And this is scrapbook paper that she pasted onto the back of just like a cardstock. And then she took a little sticker and put it here. And then she had another piece of scrapbook paper and she cut it out into the shape of a heart. And then she just took like a purple pen and she just outlined it. But it's really pretty. And so your items that you're creating don't have to be super fancy. However, I also have some people like this lady. This is Haley from Austin, Arkansas. And this is a beautiful piece that she has painted and she's written on there. And it says, let your light shine, let your light shine. And that is beautiful. I mean, they all are, but they're all like different beautiful. I had someone who created digital art and they printed that out and they sent that in. So isn't that cute? That cute dog. Actually, everyone who looks at my book is always like, oh, that dog is so cute. And some people will do things where this is like painted paper and it's painted, but then it's like a black Sharpie outline, some of the splatter and things like that. And this is from Rhonda from Denver, Colorado. So it is just so cool to see the different things that people do. So like this is one too, where it's like, this is from Allie from MA, is that Maine, I believe, from Allie Hager Art. And she has a stamp on hers. And it's just a bunch of things like Mod Podged, cut out and Mod Podged. Yes. So if you click the link in my bio, I mean, you don't have to do it like right now, or you go to iHeartArtStudios.com. There is, you send it to my studio address. My address is in there. So when I'm at the studio, I usually hold it up and I'll say, take a screenshot of this. Yeah. And so I was going to, like today, someone was like, oh, what is the artist trading card thing? So I made a video and then I was like, oh, how far back did I make that first video? It was 75 videos ago. Like, I know I post a lot, but that's like, it's not just like scrolling down my page a bit. It is like really scrolling down my page a bit. Man, is Massachusetts is MA? Okay. Yes, that's probably right. And then sometimes there's like this here is just on like little, this is just like thin paper here. This is from Skylar from Missouri. It's a really cute little Eeyore. And it looks like it's done with like color pencils and maybe some like metallic pencils. And it's just on like just normal like printer paper. And so I just think it's really cool because they're all so unique and so different. Some people do things like this. This is from Ursula from VT, Texas. Oh, Utah. Is this Utah? Uh-oh. I don't know if she's from Utah or if she's from Vermont. Maybe I confuse them. But see, she just did a bunch of Zentangles, which is really cool. It's like doodling. I have lots of favorites, but I don't know. I really don't know. Like actually, I think I do have a favorite one. I love this one. This one actually came from Germany. Look at that. And it's just my favorite right at the moment because I was just looking at it. But look at that. Isn't that so pretty? It says love on it. So this one here is from Sarah Finkbeiner from Weierfeld, Germany. So cool. Okay, I do not have an art business and not had confidence to post anything yet. That's totally fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. This one here, this is really cool too, because this one came from Ireland and the background, it looks kind of, it's like, it's just so bright and beautiful, but it's really like marker and then labels, and the labels say you are beautiful. So you don't feel like you have to be making these fancy cards. It's really, you're just creating something. I even have some of these, which are awesome. This is a kid who created this paper by using markers. Like he created the colors using markers, and then he wrote a poem and he printed out the poem on the trading cards. Like, that's just so cool. So you can just be as unique as you want to. There's no wrong, you know, and I've had people who've sent them. So 2.5 by 3.5 is the standard size, but some people send them and they're bigger and some people send them and they're smaller. That's perfectly fine. We'll still take them and you'll still get one back. And the one that you get back might be the 2.5 by 3.5, or it might be bigger or smaller. It doesn't, you know, if you don't care, then I don't care, or you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of people who do. So yes, no professionals required. Actually, people who are professional kind of make me nervous. I'm honestly like, I feel like I'm not. I tell people all the time, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. And I did not realize that a lot of things that I post are like art hacks, or like it's just like standard procedure for me when I'm teaching people, because I love teaching beginners. Because if you don't start now, if you don't start, like, when are you going to start? And don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. So you can actually get just playing a deck of playing cards. Right here. I have some. I had some somewhere here. Playing card, just a plain deck of playing cards. Take a Sharpie and the face of the cards. I don't know where. I swear I thought I had some right here because I was painting them. Just take regular cards, you know, the one that you have in your closet that doesn't have all the cards. You know, what are you going to do with them? But you're still holding on to them just in case you might find that one random card. Just take a Sharpie and just start doodling around the Queen of Hearts or whatever you want to, or the Ace of Spades, and create it into something. That's all you have to do. So you might end up with an artist. One. Mega butt. Ooh, wouldn't that be cool? Do I have any of my own art hanging in my house? Well, yes and no. So the art that I like to do for my house, I like the farmhouse look. So I do a lot of well, I'll show you. Okay. So, and just so you know, all right, TikTok, I would like you to meet YouTube. So I'm also streaming on YouTube. So YouTube, you can meet TikTok. So you guys are both, here I go. I'm grabbing you both and I'll take you around. So I'll do my best here. Okay. So right here on the wall, you see that right there? It says, "Tune my heart to sing your grace, thy grace," I believe. So I did that because I used to play piano. So with one of my first piano books, I Mod Podged on there. And then the guitar, I used ripped construction paper. And then I put it in a frame that I got at Goodwill. So that's like probably one of the more arty things in my house. Oh, my house is kind of messy too. So up here, you see that wood right there? That's some pallet wood that I stamped. I'm not like super fancy when it comes to, okay, here behind me, you see that window frame thing with the shutters? I made that. And I also made that wreath, and I haven't moved it in like a year since I should probably dust it. But so in that frame, probably cost about $1 to make, because I got the wood from, it was like 89 cents or whatever. Thank you. I just have a little small Cape Cod house. And then this, I made that frame. And then I'm sorry, my dog is using her squeaker. It's Psalm, the woman, Psalm 30, I can't even remember right off the top of my head. Oh, Proverbs 31, about the virtuous woman. Who can find a woman, you know, that one there, with my W for my last name. And then I made that, the frame there. We're going to go into my kitchen. Here, so this thing on the wall right here behind me that I made out of pallet wood. And then this is the only painting that I have in my house. That's the only canvas painting that I have. Someone actually had wanted me to do that for a class, but she had seen that picture in a movie, and she sent me a screenshot of the movie and was like, "Hey, do you see that picture on the wall in this movie? Can you paint that for me?" So I did, but I love that picture. And then over here, I did not make that coffee thing that's right there, but I did my little farmstead and then the chalkboard with the tree from pallet wood. So I did that. Yeah, you want to see the dogs here. So that's Bentley. And my floor is stained right here because we had a rug at one point and it stained the floor. And then that is Lady. She's, Lady, get out of there. Get out, get. Oops, here. So there's, here, I got to try and show YouTube too. So, and my house is really messy. So there might be like dog hair. But there's Lady. She's scrounging for food just because she's starving. As I walk around, I'm sure she'll follow me because they follow me everywhere. And so, okay, I'm coming back out into the living room. And then I'm going to go into the dog room here. And then this thing that's on the wall right here, that's with pallet wood and like a coffee bag. But that's that. It is a home. And I work a lot. So, but some of my favorite things, hopefully it will all work outside here. I'll try and take them both outside. Behind me there, so you can see, right there, that is a garden bench that I made, that I painted, and I made that last year. So it's probably kind of hard to see because you're far away, but otherwise, like in my garden, I have that little herb sign right there. I made that. And it's kind of raining outside. And you can't really see, but way in the back corner of my yard, I've got, well, I made a pallet wood thing, but it's really hard to see right now because I have two hands. Cause say hello, TikTok, and I've got TikTok and YouTube. Happening here. So that's kind of like, I'm more like farmhouse. I like the pallet wood stuff at my house. My arms are tired, but I do have like one of the signs. Oh, I've also made things like this, like on a screen. And it's really funny. So I actually had this hanging in my house for years, and I actually just like replaced it because I had something else I wanted to put on the wall. But it says, "So very thankful, incredibly grateful, unbelievably blessed." And I posted it on Facebook on like just my normal Facebook page. And one of my friends was like, "Did you know that you spelled unbelievably wrong?" And I totally did. I forgot to put the L at the end. It's one of those things, you don't point it out, no one will know. Well, but she knew. And I'm like, this has been hanging in my house for like 5 years, and it was like in the guest room. No one ever pointed it out. Or maybe they just didn't want to make me feel embarrassed. So I guess, but maybe that's kind of funny. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, try to set you back here so I can sit and not have you be too close, but it is a home. Yes. And so the other thing is because like my dad passed away this December 30th. And so we've been cleaning out his house. And so I have still like piles of things in the house, and he had a lot of really cool artwork and things like that didn't belong to me, but I don't know what to do with it yet. And so it's just kind of sitting here also. So there's just kind of lots of random things around. And I think some of the things might be kind of worth something, but I'm not really interested in selling anything at this point. But like that, there's this guy right here. Ooh, right here, wherever behind me. He's kind of cool. But it is kind of broken a little bit, but so it's kind of cool. Something that he had. It's like made out of metal, I think. And then there was also stuff like my big chairs kind of in the way here, but like this guy here too. Now I've tried looking him up and I think I found him. But I just think it's cool, and I'll probably hold on to it forever just because it reminds me of my dad. So that's kind of stuff like that anyway. But yeah. So I don't know what else to say, but all right. I think I'm going to end my live stream on YouTube, but TikTok, you don't have to go anywhere yet. Okay. So, all right, YouTube, thanks for watching. I'm done with the artist trading cards. So we'll see you later. Bye. Oops, not yet. Nope. Yes, now. End stream. There.